So what exactly is a worldview? Our worldview is our lens through which we view the world, a web of habit-forming beliefs. It is how we make sense of the world and interpret what is really going on, influenced by our beliefs, faith, and other factors, all varying from one person to another. Our worldview acts as our foundation for our thoughts, decisions, and actions, often in a habitual and subconscious way. Our worldview is our way of explaining and looking at the world, addressing life's big questions. Our worldview is a framework of ideas and attitudes about the world, ourselves, life, a comprehensive system of beliefs providing our mental model of reality. We are constantly developing and constructing our worldview based on our sensory inputs. The issue here becomes they cannot always be believed, meaning we must leave naive realism behind, engaging critical realism. Reality exists independent of our awareness of it. Knowledge is historically, socially, and culturally situated, meaning it is context and perspective which helps us take meaning from situations and extricate knowledge, with these interpretations influenced by perspective, context, and bias. Finally, we must engage judgmental rationality, using perspective, logic, rationality, and reason to make our judgments and decisions. So how do we make sense of things, developing and constructing our worldview based on solid foundations? We must combine three types of information: that which we can see or experience, that which we can deduce even if we cannot see it, and that which is hidden and unseen, but we know must exist in order for the existence of empirical and actual information. Now that we know what a worldview is, what impact does it have in our lives? Our worldview affects how we think, feel, and live. If we're authentic to it, it's the dominant influence shaping our decisions and actions. Our worldview impacts how we interact in relationships, how we interpret, and how we make sense of the world around us. Our worldview is a theory of the world, used for living in it. It determines how we do life. Our worldview impacts our goals and informs our practice. It influences what we are trying to do and the strategies we use to achieve it. Our worldview determines our answers to big questions. What is real? What is truth? What is of value? Answers to these questions clearly impact our goals for life, how we make decisions, how we value ourselves, treat others, value material possessions, how we view death, what is the problems in the world and how can we fix them, how we relate to human need, to family, to those outside our community, to human rights, and to government. Our actions point clearly to what we really believe, not what we say we believe. Unknowingly, our subconscious beliefs sometimes steer our behaviour, actions, and practice. However, this evidences the worldview we truly have, not necessarily what we claim it to be. With all this in mind, what is the potential effect of sharing our worldview with students in our classroom? Sharing our worldview and interpretation with students means they are presented with the opportunity to assume it, or let it influence the construction of their own. Teachers are authority figures, and so students listen and internalize what we say and have the possibility to become indoctrinated in our beliefs. We then must ask, is what I am doing and modeling worth sharing with others? What if we're talking about something divisive? Will I represent it or reserve it for the weekend, creating a life dichotomy? If our personal worldview is at odds with our schools, there can be big issues. Christian schools aim to develop students with a Christian worldview, developing a sense of God's plan and purpose, delivering a sense of confidence and hope for the future, stabilizing life in God's steadfastness, and providing a framework for ethical and logical thinking. Most importantly, a Christian worldview offers meaning and purpose for all aspects of life. inviting a confident response of the heart, head, and hands. Students are encouraged to partake as disciples of Jesus, invited into a story of transformation, providing profound hope, purpose, and meaning for life.